Now, for our first card, we have Nine of Wands. So this is Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Nine of Wands. So this shows that we are definitely protecting. We're standing strong. We're protecting. We could be protecting ourselves. We could be protecting our family, our friends, our loved ones. We may even be protecting our values and our beliefs, But whatever it may be, any type of adversity or hostility that comes our way, we are absolutely prepared to take on anything at this point. So, whatever people or even the universe wants to throw at us, we can handle it. We're very strong. We're just ready to stand up and say, hey, you're not going to knock me down with this BS, okay? I'm going to keep on going. He's got a bit of a bleeding wound there because he's already basically had a verbal battle with someone, and looks physical, but typically these are verbal type battles. But it doesn't matter because we're prepared to handle anything. And this is also a card of us steadily moving towards success. So naturally this is going to attract well, for lack of better words, haters, people who are jealous, so a lot of people will try to cause issues for us because, they just can't stand that, we're essentially on our A game, we're moving towards success. They know it and they don't like it. But you know what? Who cares? Don't let them knock you off your path, and you won't. You are ready to defend yourself if you have to, but don't worry about any people that are trying to cause problems for you, because ultimately you got the stamina to make it through. You don't have to worry about it. Now, for the circumstances card, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, I am really getting the Pisces vibe here, mostly because I'm almost positive that the Pisces reading had the Seven of Swords in the same exact spot. I'm pretty sure they actually had the Fool in the same spot too. And Pisces is the opposite of Virgo. And considering several planets are in the sign of Pisces right now, I'm not really surprised by this. So we have all these planets that are actually opposing, our sun, moon, or rising sign. Anyhow. Okay, Seven of Swords. So this can indicate deceptions. This can also indicate that someone potentially takes something of yours that does not belong to them, as is symbolized by the Two Swords back here. So they are leaving evidence behind showing that something in fact has been taken. So, this could be something like money. It could be, a material item. This could even indicate like plagiarism, where someone steals your work and then tries to take the credit for it. So deceptions, very possible here. A theft of some sort could definitely occur here. But overall, the Seven of Swords is about having a sneaky type of behavior and attitude. So if you're not sneaking around, then you guys need to look around at who is, okay? Because overall, this is about sneakiness, and somebody's doing something that, they're trying to keep, low on the radar. They don't want you to figure it out, but they're sneaking around. So if this is you, then you'll know it. And if it's not you, then you need to take a look around to see who is sneaking around in your life. Okay, this would be our focus card. We have the Queen of Wands. So I'm really loving the vibe here, especially when, we take into consideration the Nine of Wands. So the Queen of Wands typically she is a Leo woman, so some of you could be dealing with a Leo, or, it could be someone that, is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or we could just be, going off of the energy alone. But just this energy alone, I love this energy because the Queen of Wands, she is very good at creating new directions, a new path, so to speak. She's very good at manifesting. So if she decides she wants to go down a new path, she will literally create that new path by manifesting it, and she goes down it. And so there is definitely a major vibe of going down, a new path or going in a new direction. We're working on manifesting things. You don't like the lot of life you're in right now. You have the ability to say, hey, I'm going to go in this direction, or I'm going to, create, a new path this way. I'm going to do something totally different. So this is some amazing energy that we have going here. Okay, this would be our recent past, or for some of you, you could still be going through this energy, but it is of a passing nature, or it is already in your recent past. So here we have the Ace of Swords. I love this card simply because, this sword here, it will literally cut through any bullshit. Excuse my French, but it is what it is. And it's about getting to the truth of the matter, so if you didn't know the full truth about something, or you were trying to get answers, you got them here recently. You got some answers. You may or may not like them. They could have been good, they could have been bad. But either way, you got the answers that you were seeking. You got the truth that you were seeking. And this is also, about a new start. And it's a start where we are extremely focused. Yes, very, very focused. And we're basically just going out and saying, hey, I'm going to start this and I'm going to be successful. Now, there is a bit of a pushiness type of vibe. You got to be careful that you don't push issues, with too much force. Because this energy is very forceful here. So you got to be careful with how you handle this energy, and especially how you confront others with this energy, because it can be a bit off-putting for some people. Because, you're just, gung-ho, you're ready to go after what you want, and it can make us a bit pushy, so. But overall, this is about us getting, our truth. We are finally seeing it. Okay, this is the card position of our present, the here and the now energy, the present. So we have the Lover's card in the reverse position. So this could be an actual physical relationship, romantic relationship, and or a marriage. Or this could actually be, a friendship with someone that you've been friends with for a very long time, that you love dearly. This could even be, someone that you might have had a business partnership with that you care tremendously about. Or this could simply be something that you love, okay? And with the Lover's card in reverse, things are just not gelling, so to speak. Things are you're going through a lack of harmony in regards to a relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship or a friendship, a business partnership, or maybe, you're experiencing some setbacks and some delays, with something you're trying to achieve, something that you love, you know. So typically when the Lover's card is in the reverse position, we're pretty much going to have to make a choice, you know. Should I continue along this path? Should I put any more energy into this? You know, is it worth it? Because there's a sense of things are not being equal here, especially in regards to actual relationships. It's like one person is doing, you know, the most, and then someone else is just doing the bare minimum to skim by. So, yeah, that's not the greatest type of energy, but, you know, this is about us having to make a choice. You know, is this relationship worth continuing? You know, this could be romantic, this could be a friendship, business partnership. You know, if you're trying to go after something that you love, you know, should you continue going after it? Is it worth it? Or should you just come up with a new goal or a new dream, you know? Now, yeah, not happy about this one either. So this is the card of our near future. So this is about, you know, 1 to 2 weeks out at worst. Some of you could already be experiencing this energy, and some of you could be, you know, feeling this energy approaching. Now, with Judgment in the reverse position, this is indicating that, you know, we're not seeing or hearing the true nature of a situation in our life. Now, this can indicate many different things here, but sometimes this can indicate that perhaps we make a snap judgment, an impulsive type of judgment and or decision, and we don't have all of the facts, and we make the decision. So, you know, this could be echoing off of the Lover, so this could, you know, be a snap decision or judgment in regards to, you know, a relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, a marriage, a friendship, a business partnership, or, you know, something we're going after that we love. You know, this judgment could also have to do with our circumstances as well. But overall, you know, sometimes we can end up making a decision with this type of energy, and we don't have all of the facts. Now, something else I'd like to speak on is, you know, sometimes the Judgment card in the reverse position is indicating that, you know, we are trying to avoid an inevitable change. This card is ruled by Pluto, so I mean, when we're faced with a change that we keep trying to avoid, you know, and it's an inevitable change, you know, the more that we keep trying to avoid it, the worse that it can get. Now, this can definitely indicate a fear of change, a fear of letting go. You know, maybe you fear letting go of a job. Maybe you fear letting go of a relationship. You know, but overall, this is about a fear of letting go. Maybe you have a fear of letting go and surrendering, you know, to the higher forces, you know, and, you know, trusting that everything will work out. Sometimes this can indicate that some of you could be a bit too judgmental or critical of others right now. And if that resonates with you, then you might want to take a look in the mirror. Because sometimes when you're being overly judgmental and you're judging everyone, that can really, you know, kick you in the hiney. Because essentially you're trying to push the attention away from yourself and look at everyone else's flaws, but you need to be prepared to look in the mirror and see your own flaws and deal with them head on, regardless of what they are. You know, and this energy is difficult. You know, this really sucks because as Virgos, we are always taking care of everyone, and we're always trying to help others. we tend to put ourselves last, and sometimes that can be a really thankless position, because we will sacrifice so much of ourselves just to help others. So you really need to be careful, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, there is like a higher calling with the Judgment in the reverse position, and we're not hearing it, so to speak. There is a reason that everything is taking place, Ultimately, this is leading to a change, so there are changes that we need to make. And, change, can be a painful process, but, it can also be a very empowering process as well. And it could be pretty scary at first, but then you could end up feeling very empowered at the end of it. But ultimately, this is about, don't avoid things, don't continue to stay in situations in which are not providing you with any more growth, or if they're negative situations. Sometimes you outgrow a situation, whether it's a work situation or a relationship, a marriage, a friendship. Sometimes you can outgrow those things, and we're being asked to let it go. Acknowledge everything that you've been through and everything that you learned, and move past it. Move forward. We don't want to keep looking back. Our eyes are placed on the front of us, on our face, because we're not meant to keep looking back. It's okay to look back, from time to time, but we don't want to be constantly looking back all the time. So we need to move forward. But we got to get rid of this fear, because the fear is what I feel is holding a lot of people back. Okay, for our attitude card, we get the Moon. So, right off the bat, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuitions, pay attention to that inner voice, okay? Pay attention, just because the psychic information that could be coming through is just absolutely amazing here. Now, it's funny that we get the Moon card, but not really that funny, because here recently our full moon was in Virgo. So this is, shaking things up a bit for us, but in the most positive way. Sure, it may be, for some of us, we may experience, some negative situations, but it's because we're being pushed towards something so much better. And that's why you need to really let go of that fear. Don't be afraid to let go. Because, man, the things that could come from letting go of, situations and circumstances that just don't help us, they've been holding us back. And when we let them go, wow, the amazing changes that can happen for us and are happening for us. This is very good for us Virgos. So it's wonderful energy. And again, sometimes with the moon, this can indicate that perhaps maybe we might be a bit over emotional. Of course, someone might be provoking that as well. But this can also indicate that, we might have a bit of an overactive imagination. But this card can indicate that, someone could be deceiving you. And considering we have the Seven of Swords here, deception is very possible here. You could be deceiving yourself, or someone else could be deceiving you. And either way, it's time to look at ourselves in the mirror. And, don't hide from yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Forgive yourself if you feel like you've done something wrong, because, guilt can come up here in a big way. But we don't need to be sitting here feeling guilty, that's not going to be productive. It's not going to help us. So let that go. Let's move forward. you know? And I feel that a lot of you guys are probably feeling that something big is coming. Something big is coming, and it is. You know, there are big changes coming. And again, you know, for some of us, this may have some negative type of situations or circumstances surrounding it. But hey, good things, you know, they aren't always easy to get, you know. Anything worth having, you're going to have to fight for. You know, it's not going to be the easiest thing, but I think we got this. So just know, you know, this can also exaggerate our fears too, you know. So just be aware, make sure that we're not over-exaggerating anything. Definitely pay attention to those intuitions, especially in regards to deception, and especially if someone steals something away from you, because the answers definitely could come through an intuition. Every answer that we'll ever need in our whole entire lives is already within us. It's our inner voice, you know, and the judgment card is also about some of us are just not listening to our own inner voice. And some of us may be too spiritual sometimes and not grounded enough. So we need to be balanced.